Stories, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey guys, Jamie here, Slum86. We are back on Dunalka. So while we are up here in the drone, we're quickly going to just update you on the plans for the farm and the future workings of it and what we intend on doing. So if we swing around here to this side on the left, you will see we have left a bit of a patch here just coming all the way up the side, runs all the way this way. We're dividing this big field that takes us like a day and a half to combine, and our plan is going to be this lower half here. It just never really yields that well anyway on the yield map. We can probably maybe even show that precision farming, so you'll see where that band here of loamy sand is, and if I get to the yield, you'll see that it just tends not to yield the best. So we've kind of drawn a straight line from here across here to somewhere about there, I think it is. So we lose a little bit of land, but this lower quality land down here, we're going to turn it to grass. Why am I turning it to grass, you may ask? Good question. Also, this area out here, we'll probably look if we can to pick up a plow somewhere, but we do need a bigger tractor as well, because we're going to go for a big plow. We're going to plow all this up, and we're going to also encroach into a little bit here, just where the shrub is. We've spoken with our grandfather, and he's okay with us taking that bit of land as well. So we're just going to clean up a couple of areas around the house as best we can, and get it back to a nice condition. Maybe put a hedge in for him, little things like that. But yeah, all this is going to be grass. So we're going to have one large chunk on this side, separated by his house, and then we have a smaller area here of grass. Then you will see up here we have been busy planting canola, and we will be getting back to that soon. But just this area on the bottom edge of the farm, again, kind of scrub land, don't really use it. So what we're thinking of doing is maybe getting the builders in, putting in maybe a small kind of medium-sized cattle shed, and we will hopefully expand our operation into a little bit of either dairy or beef. We're not sure which one we're going to go with yet, but we'll be looking to bring animals to the yard for the first time ever. So it's just to expand our operation, as I say, keep it kind of flowing year in, year out, because as it stands at the moment, we don't have a whole pile through the winter, and I tend not to show a whole pile of that, because we're just really running around tending to the greenhouses, things like that, the chickens. But going forward, hopefully at the start of next season, we will have animals on the yard. That is the plan. Hopefully we can get this grass all in. We're going to do this big field of canola, then probably turn our attentions either to the grass, or we have a soybean harvest as well still to go, which is here. So that's what we're kind of edging towards. Depending on what we do with the plow as well, we could eventually maybe turn this field and that field into one bigger field now that we have the bigger combine, and kind of maybe use up a bit more of the land. This one is not too bad, we're okay with it at the moment. I don't want to make that one any bigger either, so I think this one is a fine size for now. But little things like that, we're just looking at expanding our operation and seeing what's the best way we can diversify and keep the income rolling in the farm all year round. We still have over 600,000 in the bank, but we don't want to use it all up, obviously. So we're going to do this as cheap as possible. As I say, we're keeping our eye out for a tractor in the used market. I've said it a few times, nothing really has popped up. Before we got our money, actually, there was a Fendt, I think it was a 9 Series Fendt in there. That would have been a nice tractor to land, but unfortunately we didn't have the finances for the time. So we're just going to have to play ball. Hopefully we'll get something, we can get a bit of ploughing going and get it underway. Failing that, we might approach the dealer and see is there anything that we can maybe demo, maybe just to get this ploughed. But we'll see how it's going. So for now, guys, that's the overview of the farm and where we're kind of standing at the moment. So changes are afoot, and yeah, we'll lessen the field. We're kind of getting rid of some of that loamy sandy soil. As I say, it doesn't yield the best for our crops, and it takes a lot of seed to get even what we get out of it in, if that makes sense. Don't think it did. But yeah, so that's our plan, guys. We'll have our grass field down, strip off or down along the side, and that will probably take care of the worst piece of ground that we currently own. So we're happy with that. And this square here, we will eventually tidy up. We're going to leave a barn for now until the builders come in, and we might have to do a bit of trimming there on bushes and clean up a bit. And we might look at a second access point to that section of the farm. Obviously we have the back of the sheds here, but we might look at maybe a bit of gravel coming off the silos. So that being said, guys, as I say, that's a quick update on where we stand on the map. And for now, we're going to jump back in our little 4 over there and continue seeding canola. And here we are, guys. So we're back. As I say, we're hitting the canola. Nice drag here on the hill. You can really feel the tractor pulling down. And you can see it's nice and dry out the back as the dust cloud that we're generating from running across this stubble ground seeding. But we're doing a nice job so far. One thing you might note, we will have to go for seed at some stage because we're running pretty low. So we're going to get another pass or two out of this anyway, and then we'll probably have to run to the dealer, pick up some seeds, hopefully get there before lunchtime and back, and continue seeding here away. It's a bit of an inconvenience for us, but this is the joys of it. They only had, well, actually what we're using up is last year's canola seed, so we'll have to run to the store. They have it in and all for us, we just haven't had the time yet to go down and collect. Probably should have done it really before I started seeding, now that I think about it, but we didn't. So this is the divide from the wheat to the oats, and as you can see, no chopped straw on this, so there will be a slight variation in the fertilizer usage across the field too. And we're also going to run a test in one of our fields that we own where we fertilize it before we do any seeding and get it to the peak condition, and see does it give us a bump in yield, a decrease, just to really see what way it'll probably react to it. That's the plan in my head anyway. Whether we get a chance to do it or not, I don't know. Turn before we hit our ESB pole, take out the parish. So you can see the draw up the hill here, nice and big. We might drop a gear away. We're in the medium gearbox, 4th gear, seems to be doing okay. We'll drop a cog. Just keep the revs up a bit higher. Mightn't get as much as a pull, although this hill here will be a good test of it. And no, 3rd gear seems to be a good gear for seeding. We'll drop it into 40 ounce, we get over the brow of the hill, and it's just this section of the field has those kind of rising slopes and falls in it. Well, as I look across there, it is still hilly, but it doesn't seem to affect us as bad as this big one here in the middle of the field. So we'll grab a gear and we get our speed back up again. So looking at it, we'll probably get the next pass or two in, and we'll probably, as I say, then have to run for seed. So I won't bore you with me going up and down the field, but we might jump back in when we're picking up our seed. We'll see how we're getting on. But yeah, this is the current situation we're standing, guys. Seeding the field 35, is it 36, with canola, and we've marked out a few spaces down there, or plots down there, that we're looking to develop the future of the farm, maybe to make it a bit more sustainable, and hopefully we don't take a large chunk out doing it. Although if we do come across tractors, I say that's just happening. Love the little Ford we're driving, but some of these fields are just massive, and I think it's time we step up and start using some bigger equipment. If we do manage to farm a few more acres. That's definitely one thing we're going. Oh, I'm probably after overshooting there. That will be one thing we need to do is our efficiency. Obviously, if we had the 12, 15, 18 meter seeder here, we'd be flying. So little things like that can just increase our efficiency. Unfortunately, this tractor probably won't have the horses required to do what we need to do, so might keep it as a handy yard tractor. We'll see. Although it doesn't do a loader either. Yeah, we'll see how we're going. It might disappear. It's sad to see it go though. Really grown fond of it. So that's it, guys. We're going to press on and keep tearing up the field here, getting it done, and we'll be back again shortly, I'd say, with a quick run to the local co-op. So we're just on our way down to the local co-op, but as we're going, we said we'd quickly stop off at the local mart and sell a couple of bits that were sitting on the yard. So we've strawberries, honey and eggs on board. Oh, not good for the old load of goods, but yeah, we're just going to sell these quickly. It'll help offset some of the cost of fertilizer, we're hoping. And there's no point stockpiling too much on the yard because we don't really use a whole pile of things at the moment. So if we do manage to get a production chain up and going, like a bakery or something, then all of a sudden what we're producing there on the side might make a bit more sense, or we can stockpile and keep our production going. But as we don't really have a need for it, so we're just going to sell it, keep the income rolling in, hopefully for the farm. As it stands, those three items are our main source. Oh, that's going to hurt. Those items are our main source of income during the winter. So traffic is very slow to move. We're going to grab it here. So we're going to sell this, guys, and I say then we're going to be at the co-op to pick up some seeds. So you can see down there. So we're just down at the local co-op, and as you can see, we have the trailer fully loaded. Just gotta throw on our straps, guys, and we are away. So we'll just get a few straps on here so we don't lose anything going down the road. Perfect. So we're just gonna hop in here now and yeah, strike on back down the road to the farm. And we will get seeding once more, guys. So, always a tricky little intersection, but we're just going to whip out, and I think we got away with that one this time. So yeah, lots going on at the farm. It's going to be a busy couple of months ahead. I think most of the main cow areas will probably be in place over the winter, hopefully maybe before the winter. And we'll probably look at purchasing animals once our first crop of grass is after growing and is probably cut maybe to a degree, so that we have instant feed and we're not looking at buying oh my god, we nearly rolled. Not looking at buying bales or anything like that. We want to be self-sufficient as much as we can, so that is the plan. So for now, guys, I think we will call it here. We have a lot done and we have more to do. We need to finish the seeding of canola, and that's going to take a while. 6 meter seeder moving at 15 average miles an hour, kilometers an hour across the field. It's going to take some time, so no point boring you all to death with that. So guys, I think we will call it. I've been Slum86. This has been another episode on Dunalka, and as always, guys, thanks very much for watching. Your support is always appreciated and welcome. And if you're liking what you see, or if you have any suggestions, leave them below in the comments, and we'll be sure to see if we can get something done. So guys, until next time, thanks very much. See you all again. Take care.